So there are many ways to become a Latitude attorney. The first thing we want is to meet you. And that can happen with a quick phone call or an email. You don't even have to be considering a job change at this time. I like to meet with people wherever they are at in their career. So perhaps you're not yet at that 10-year, 15-year mark where you might be considering something slightly different. That's okay. Let's talk. Let's talk about what your career goals are, even 5, 10, 15 years down the road, because we may know of options that you've not even thought about. The practice of law is changing so much, so quickly right now that there are many different ways to practice that you may not have learned about in law school if you went to law school 10, 15, 20 years ago, like I did. So first of all, to start the process, reach out, let's meet, let's talk about what your goals are. Now, for many people, you may know that you're ready to consider a job change now, or maybe you've seen some postings on our website or on other job boards that you find interesting and you want to be considered for that particular position. Again, reaching out, contacting us, sending us your resume through our online portal or directly is a really good first step. We then meet and talk about what it is that you want to do, what your experience has been, what your priorities are. So, are you at a point in your career where flexibility is really important to you? Are you at a point in your career where you don't mind working a lot of hours because you have a goal in mind? Perhaps you want to, move in-house, or you want to move from a senior corporate counsel position to an assistant or deputy general counsel position. We need to know that because those are the types of goals that we want to help you reach. We have a lot of different positions that we fill at Latitude. Some are the more traditional positions, what you might think of as permanent placement, where a client hires us to recruit and recommend a slate of candidates to them from which they will choose someone to hire directly. And then many of our positions, I would say most of them, are high-level engagement positions where we are crafting a position that is unique to you, that keeps in mind your priorities, that builds your schedule around those priorities, as well as meets the client's needs. But it all starts with engagement. It all starts with an email or a phone call or a meeting where we talk about what it is that you want to accomplish with your next career move. One thing that you may notice in working with Latitude is that we're not, hopefully we're not exactly like some of the other recruiters or recruiting companies that you've worked with before. So it may not be a traditional interview where you come in, we talk for 20 or 30 minutes, and then you leave. We really want to get to know you. And so, it's very common for an interview to last an hour or longer, for us to continue to have conversations even after that interview before we may recommend you to one of our clients. But it starts there. Then we also have a more traditional vetting process where we do employment verification. We do talk to references at a certain point. For many litigation or writing positions, we will request writing samples. If you are a patent attorney, for example, we may ask you what some of the patents are that you've registered. So, we want to do our homework and learn from you what your expertise is, what experience you have, so that we can highlight that experience in the way that is the most relevant to the client to meet the need that we're currently trying to fill for them.